you're taking so long, would you rather I use a card? And I didn't say it in any rude way. This is how I always talk. And she said, yes. And I just said, oh my goodness, what's wrong? I thought they usually like use a little marker or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Before that whole conversation, I even told her, like, I always try to be nice to cashiers. Your job is not easy. I understand that. So I'm going to get more money. That's exactly what I said. And she goes, thank you for understanding. I went to get 3 more hundred that I just got from the bank. And she said, I can't take your cash. Do you have anything? But I already told her I wasn't going to show her an ID before she even asked me, because Rite Aid used to ask me. I said, I have a card. I can use the card. And then the lady, then I just said, you know what? I'll just use the 20s that I have. And so she goes, oh, I have to run those through, but this is, I missed work trying to get out of the store. And I said, okay, well, she's like, well, okay, what about 5s? And so I said, wow, I have a lot of 5s and singles. Great. I usually get some kids. So I pulled it out. She's like, well, we have to still, oh, she did say she had to run it through. But the problem was, it doesn't take that long. It was like 10, 15 minutes each time. And for a 5, and I said, you're going to take my $5 bill and run it through. She said yes, and was gone for a while. And I said, well, the guy used cash right now. How come you didn't check him? And she said, well, he only used $5. And all I said was, well, how do you buy 3 things in Walmart with $5?
She told me.
So I heard enough from her. So then, when I used the debit card, the black guy that was on there used the debit card, and then I put it in, and she goes, do you have your ID? I did go to the phone. So I just said, I have to go to the car again. This guy just used the debit card, and you didn't ask him anything. You didn't even hear on the video ask for an ID. And she goes, well, yes, we did. And I said, that's okay. How about I use your ATM? Would that be okay? My kids are at school. I have to get back to school. She said, yes. The ATM is right in, I don't know how to say it in English. So I went to use the ATM. But usually you just put the debit card, the number in. So I got it out, and then I ran it again because it gave me, I wanted smaller bills because she said she wanted something under 100. So she watched me the whole time. I came back and I said, okay, I tried to do everything I could do to be accommodating. Here's all 20s. It came from your store. You saw me get it. She takes it, and then she says, at first everything was going fine until she said, she goes, well, I have to run it again. And I said, you just saw me get it. It's all 20s. Now I gave you 300, and I went to my car and got another 300. Then I went back to the car and got a debit card. I don't understand. And then she said, well, do you want all the stuff? And I said, well, sure, but you just saw me. And the thing was, she was gone for a while. And even when you run the money, it doesn't take that long. And then she just said she couldn't take it. It's their policy. And do I have anything smaller? And I said, you just ran my 5s through. So at this point, so she left, and then she came back, and I just said, if there's something wrong with my 20s, then I think you should talk to your people because it came from your machine. Then she said, and I said, do you normally have 3 cashiers for 1 transaction? I feel that this is hostile. And then she said, I'm just trying to help you because you seem like you're having a hard time. And I just said, well, thank you for the help, but I think this is too much help. Can I go? So then she said, can you pick up the ATM slip because your personal information is here? I don't want anything to happen to you. And I said, at this point, I don't want anything. I want to be restored because you guys are hostile and you're saying that I'm angry. And I only said, what can I do to make this faster because I have to go back to the school. I never raised my voice at all. And the lady when I had the money in my hand, she grabbed it from me. And I asked her not to do that because I wanted to count it out. Then the other lady came at 60 cents and said, you might need this. And I just said, thank you so much for your honesty, but I wish you would have been honest from the beginning because I just watched all these people come in and out with cash and a card, and you never carded them. And that's when I laughed. And then she said, you need to take this slip because, you know, your personal information is on here. And I heard, and I said, I don't think I need your advice. If I need your advice, I'll treat people like crap for trying to buy something. And it ended like that.
The lady there said to me that she ran those hundreds through the machine and that they didn't show through because they were counted.
No, she said first she said, I can't take bills that are crumbled. And I was like, they're not crumbled. They were just in my purse. Like, I took it out of my billfold. And then she said, no, we can't take anything that's folded. And I said, well, that's funny. Your sister's store said they needed an ID. The airport said they needed an ID for cash. I think I just have bad luck. And I never raced. I said, you know, let me get more money out of the car. I brought 3 more hundred. And she goes, oh, no, we have to check everything. But the thing was taking so long, so then I offered the debit card. But even when I pulled the cash out, she didn't go right away to run it. For a while, she acted like she was going to do the transaction. And then when I said, oh, no, I'll just take everything so you don't have to pay it back. Then she said, you know, and then she left to run it through again.
Oh, she did that?
She ran it through again after I went to the ATM.
Well, after you went to the ATM, she didn't want to take the ATM, did she?
They watched me, 3 of them. Yeah. So then I said, well, can I just have your corporate number? And she said, just call 1-800-WALMART. Walgreens. You don't